Did you know she was Lady Whistledown?
You spoke with Penelope this morning?
I suppose it would be nonsensical for you to have befriended her if you knew, considering everything she's written.
Colin.
Hey guys, welcome back to Patten Time. Today on this review we have, again, myself, Sarai and Fia, and we're obviously going to be reviewing episode 6 of Bridgerton season 3 part 2. If you have seen our episode 1 or episode 5 of our review, then welcome back to this episode. And if you haven't seen it, you might want to just go back so you can come along this journey with us anyway. Yes, and if you haven't heard, we are doing a giveaway. It is open until the end of June. Just a way of us giving thanks to you guys and giving back to you for supporting us in our new channel and our journey. And I do hope that you have enjoyed the content that we have had thus far. And definitely go on our channel and check out the other stuff we have, trailer reactions, and our other reviews. And yeah, just see what's on there for you. And check out our social media as well. And instructions for the giveaway. Just put on post notifications, subscribe, like, and yeah, follow us on social media and see what we're about. But welcome back if you are a returning subscriber, and welcome to our channel for any new ones out there. So we are going to be doing episode 6. I keep saying 1 and 2, but episode 6, episode 2 of part 2. And this episode was Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which is actually the title of their book, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of like that little pun there. But yeah, so this episode we saw a little bit more of Francesca and Kilmartin, which was nice. I think I'm liking, it was a short book because when they had like a scene in there, it was like Colin, Benedict, I think it was Mondrich, and obviously Kilmartin, so a couple of the guys there. And it was nice to see Kilmartin coming out of his shell and drinking, and all this confidence is just oozing out of him. Like, is that you? But it's nice to see he's coming into himself now. He's becoming more confident and comfortable with the men. And that was nice. I was like, oh, look at him. It's like, oh, he's so cute.
So sweet. But
yeah,
I quite
nice.
like him. And from part 1, it was like, oh, this guy's a bit of a joke. But now, like I'm warming up to him now. Definitely, because he's coming more into himself.
It's nice though. So it's nice.
It's nice,
But yeah, we saw more of Kilmartin and her. But to get into the juicy bit now, obviously from last episode we know Cressida's plan of coming forward as Lady Whistledown to obviously avoid marrying Lord Greer. And to take the prize money so that she can go away. She doesn't have to marry anybody or whatever. Have the money to be able to set her up. So she doesn't have to worry about all of that. So obviously she's come forward as Lady Whistledown, and obviously the Queen and Lady Whistledown, you know, there's a bit of a competition there. So the Queen is not happy. But I think the Queen is not even too sure that it's her.
No, she doesn't believe her.
Exactly. So so basically she's asking her to write another issue. Write another issue because she's just gone quiet. At this point, because ever since the Penelope and the engagement, whatever, Lady Whistledown's just gone quiet. So now the Queen is like, okay, well, write another issue, the gossip, whatever you have to say, whatever. She made an observation, and the Queen was kind of like, well, I mean, anyone could have made that observation, sort of. They had that little... No,
she was saying, but she was saying that Lady Whistledown wouldn't have done that.
Right.
Yeah. She wouldn't have said
something
what
so
Lady
obvious,
Cowper
right?
said.
It was
something so obvious.
Obvious, something about what he said, and it wasn't what Lady Whistledown wouldn't have done.
And so the Queen was also like, oh, but isn't it such and such a date? So shouldn't another issue have come out? So what's going on?
Yeah.
So she was just like,
basically,
and obviously telling her to write another issue was also her way of proving that Lady Cowper is not Lady Whistledown.
Because she wasn't too sure.
Because then she would have compared the writing. Pattern and style.
So obviously then, because obviously Cressida is friends with Eloise, but I'm not sure if it was actually this episode, but obviously they had a little bit of a falling out, which was kind of confusing to me because Eloise knows that it's not her, so I didn't really get that. But I think
so she had to keep up the ruse.
But I guess so so they had that little thing. So I think Cressida was like asking for Eloise's help or whatever. Eloise basically turned her down and was like, no. So obviously then Eloise then goes to speak with Pen, and basically says for Penelope to let Cressida take the fall.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I mean, Eloise wants her to stop anyway, and Eloise has been saying that. So Eloise basically was like, well, this is your opportunity to just put down the pen. Like, just put it down. And with all the stuff about the Queen looking for everything, just put it down, let it to rest, let her take the fall, because she's come forward for a reason. Let her take the fall, and just move on. You're getting married. Leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it. And obviously Penelope, as she is, doesn't want to give it up because that's all she has. And she's worked hard for it. She's done it for so long.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to give it up. She's not for what Eloise is saying, basically. And so, yeah, then Cressida does come out with another article, with the help of her mum. Because so we saw a bit more of their family dynamic.
Yeah.
And then obviously the dad runs things, but it seems like the wife, obviously she just does what the man is told, but I don't really think they get along either, really.
No.
So he kind of mistreats her too. Yeah. So she was kind of like helping Cressida behind when the man's gone, she kind of like helps her behind his back.
Yeah.
She basically writes another issue slandering the Bridgertons.
Yeah.
Pretty much slandering the Bridgertons.
And then obviously the real Lady Whistledown now, which is obviously Penelope, comes out and writes her issue. No, because it was before where Penelope said, no, it wasn't Penelope. Eloise went to her and said, you've got to publish your issue before Cressida does. But obviously Cressida's issue came out before Lady Whistledown's. Hers came out just after, basically outing Cressida as a fraud.
Because Eloise basically convinced Penelope to write one last one, because Cressida's article was slandering the Bridgerton name. Oh yeah, because I think she also cussed off Colin in there, because I think the mum has beef with or she doesn't like the Bridgertons or something. So they went together, and Eloise basically convinced her to write one last article.
Yeah.
Because of everything that was going on, and Penelope was like, okay, I'm gonna use this. You're gonna actually use Lady Whistledown for good, and I'm gonna fix this, and I'm gonna call her out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna come out one last time, and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So that was when the big thing happened, which was, I thought it was good. I think it was a little bit juicy, because they keep going in and out of this ball. Or the wherever they were, they keep going in and out, and Colin is just watching. He's watching, like, where are they going? He's just watching. And so when they then confer now, and she goes off, she does her thing as Lady Whistledown, she goes to the publisher, this needs to go out. But Colin follows, catches her, and was actually like, you're Lady Whistledown, and I was like,
that was
juicy. Loved it,
When I watched it, I was like, wow, is that how they're gonna make him find out?
I loved it.
Like that one, I felt that one.
And for me, I was just like, well, serve you damn right.
Yeah.
She
was gonna get caught out anyway.
She was gonna.
But
she was
the way they made her get catch, that was deep.
That was deep. It was juicy.
That was deep.
I loved it. I was like, oh, but then because my head, because obviously, if you say something, I expect you to put your money where your mouth is and do what you said you're going to do. So now that he's caught her outside on the street or whatnot, my mind is going back to what he said he was going to do if he ever found out who was Lady Whistledown. And you said you was going to make her life a living hell, whatever you said. I don't know if you said, you probably didn't say it like that, but you said you was going to make her feel it.
Yeah.
And that she wasn't going to get away with everything she's ever said about you and Eloise. So when he said that, I was like, okay, now we need to see something.
Yeah.
We need to see you do what you said you were going to do.
Yeah.
Even if it's Penelope. You got to give something to her. Don't just let her get away with it. Oh, because it's Penelope. No. You said what you said. So I want to see something now.
Yeah.
I want to see something now. And that was a good thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very good scene. It was very heartfelt.
Yeah.
Very, very heartfelt. I felt it.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine the emotions that was going through his head when he found out that it was her.
Yeah.
Because that must have been a deep revelation.
Yeah, because he's thinking about everything that Lady Whistledown has ever said about him, his family.
His family.
His
family,
sister. Yeah,
Marina.
her own family. Yeah, Marina. So,
And he did bring up Marina.
And he did.
Yeah,
he did in the following episodes. Yeah, so, that was definitely a juicy part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I mean, there was a couple of other things, like, obviously, Lord Anderson that we touched on in part 1. Getting more close with Lady Bridgerton,
yeah.
which was nice. But we also heard more of the history between him and Lady Danbury,
Yeah.
and why actually there is that
Yeah,
sort of
tension
between the two, and why Lady Danbury doesn't really get along with him.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was more interesting. I don't know if it.
I mean, it was
I don't
okay.
know.
I feel like
if it was needed,
at the
but
time at the time it didn't feel like it was needed.
Yeah.
But I guess it's okay. It's fine.
I guess it's one of them things where it's just a filler sometimes.
Yeah.
Just put it in there.
Well, I to be honest, I liked that scene. I liked that scene between the brother and the sister because then it made me think of Queen Charlotte, and obviously in Queen Charlotte we got an insight into Lady Danbury's marriage.
Yeah.
So now it makes more sense why she resents her brother in that way, because she despised her husband.
Yeah.
She despised the lifestyle. That's not what she wanted out of her life at all. So when she now explained why she hates her brother so much, it now makes sense because it just put everything into perspective for me. So I actually did like that scene between brother and sister. It was very heartfelt. It's very heartfelt. And do you know which bit I really did like? I think Lady Danbury's a great actress. She's a very good actress.
Yeah.
And the bit that I liked was when the brother, what's his name again?
Lord Anderson.
Yeah. When he called her by a name.
Her name. Yeah.
A culture.
Yeah.
And she responded, because I don't know what their culture is, I can't remember.
No.
Because in Queen Charlotte, they explained where they're from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where their background is from. Yeah.
I remember that, but I don't remember.
Sierra
But
Leone or Senegal or something like that. Something like that. And so in this, when he called her by that cultural name, and she responded in the twang, I was like, that's very good.
Ooh,
that was very good.
Yeah.
And even the way she responded to him, like so quickly, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very good acting.
She does her job, man.
Very good acting between the two of them.
Yeah.
It was very good. That was a heartfelt scene.
Yeah.
I felt that
very
one.
good with that. Very good.
Yeah.
But so a bit more juice in this episode. Obviously a little bit more about Pauline. A bit more about the drama that we actually needed to see. The drama we were excited to see from previous storylines that we needed.
Which was her being outed.
We needed that.
Yeah.
She needed to get catch.
She did.
She did.
Yeah. So, and just quickly, I mean, I think, especially what I've noticed in this season, I think they're definitely playing on what they said about keeping Benedict a certain way. So obviously, we saw him more with Lady Tilly, but more of they want to keep him that reckless, free, just doing whatever. And I feel like I don't know, I think it's just, but it's pointless scenes, I think.
Yeah,
I believe so.
It's like the scenes because they want to show that they just want to play with him, they just want him to be free or whatever, just do whatever. But then for me now that becomes pointless scenes.
But then we don't know because we don't know the books. Because we don't know the books, they could be setting up because season 4. Yeah, season 4.
They say it's going to be him.
It could be him.
Yeah.
So, but because we don't know the books, we don't know how his character was in the books and what story comes next. So maybe they have to put these scenes in there because they're setting up. For what's to come next.
Maybe.
But yes, I agree with you. I do think it was pointless scenes. I'm just like, to be honest, the stars of this season is Colin and Penelope, and the side stars are Kate and Anthony. Nobody really cares about you. So to me, it was just like these are pointless. Like I actually don't know
and nobody cares about Benedict with Lady Tilly. That's what we don't care about.
Especially if that's not gonna
especially
if that's not gonna go further, which I don't think it is.
No.
You know, then it's just like it's pointless scenes. You know, so it's just like okay. You know, not really much to say because it's like
it just didn't need to be there.
You know, but I think the highlight of this episode was more of the drama, and definitely at the end when Colin catches her was the highlight because it's like finally now we're getting into now we're getting somewhere.
And that was a great way to end the episode.
Oh yeah, it was because it's just like
and it was fine that he found out. That's all I wanted because first of all what I wanted was for Eloise to out her and she didn't.
Yeah,
because the moment had passed. But as long as he found out it was her, I was happy.
Exactly.
I was
and
happy.
that was what we were all waiting for.
Yeah.
And I think because prior to that, we actually did a little bit of, because we're not really like the book. Well, we've never read a book. So I think prior to that, we did actually do a research of how things went down in their book.
Yeah.
And it did basically go like this, of Cressida coming forward and then being outed at a ball.
Yeah, so it was
did
good
come out
to
like
see
that.
it actually come out
Unfold
on the
like that.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, okay, yeah, so they are following.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
So I think they did that well. But yeah, I mean, again, it's just more of being happy to see the drama that we needed to see and the storyline we needed to see come to fruition about pretty much Penelope, Lady Whistledown, Colin finding out. That was like our main thing. Okay, you need to continue that, and I think they hit it, and it's was exciting to see how they then unfold the rest of the storyline. But let us know what you guys thought of the episode in general, and also the characters that we've touched on as well, and also the order of how they've obviously done the outing of Lady Whistledown, of Colin actually finding out. What did you guys think about that? And again, any comparisons that you guys have with the books to this, let us know as well. Love to hear how it went down in the books properly with your knowledge out there. So yes, if you did like this review, please like, comment and subscribe. If you haven't seen episode 1 of part 2, make sure you check that out as well. And definitely stay tuned for our future reviews, and stay tuned for episode 3, which is episode 7 of part 2. But I hope you did like this review, and we will see you in our next one. Patten time out.